Alright, so let's start off with MerryMart, no? Now, again, I am not quite sure kung bakit to na-request. Maybe, meron tayong divergence dito sa baba. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really look at that. Kung pwede nyo sanang i-comment kung bakit nyo siya pinapatingnan, it would be easier for me to give a more in-depth analysis, no? But regardless, let's look into this based on sa personal view ko lang. Right now, we are trading between the range of 1.2 hanggang 1.42. Alright? Yun yung trading range natin. And until something changes, mukhang stock muna tayo doon. Okay? Now, does that mean na dapat bilhin siya kaagad where it is? Kasi hanggang 1.42 naman eh. I would argue na hindi, no? Kasi syempre, depende pa rin yan kung how you approach your trades and kung pasok ba to sa parameters nyo. Alright? But for me, personally, hindi siya pasok. A clearer trade para sa akin would be to wait for a break above 1.42 and then see how price behaves from there. Tapos, baka pwede nating i-trade tong range na to between 1.42 hanggang 1.69. Okay? However, kung kunwari hindi natin nakuha yung upside break but instead mabasag natin itong 1.2, then panibagong 52-week low na naman tayo and we're gonna have to wait for further structure to develop before we can discuss MerryMart again, no? That's pretty much all I can say about tong MerryMart until I can get more clarification kung bakit to rin-request. Okay, so kung maganda sana in the future, kung may gusto kayong i-request, try to say din kung ano yung nakikita nyo para lang mas makapag-comment ako ng mas maayos. Next, tignan naman natin tong SPNEC, no? Now, tong SPNEC, medyo sumusunod lang tayo sa trend line na to, more or less. We've been moving to the downside. We've been forming some type of descending triangle. So, until may magbago doon, there's really not much left to do. Price is currently ranging do sa sinabi nilang band ng SRO price between 1.5 to 1.75 and it might stay there hanggang maging mas definite yung final price natin, no? So, if and when that comes out, we'll be sure to discuss SPNEC more then. But for now, kung where we are, let's say we're able to move and break and hold above 1.75, yung next na tradable range natin will be between 1.75 hanggang 1.88, itong area na to. And if we can break above 1.88, this higher range opens up between 1.88 hanggang 2.06. Or if you want to be more conservative, possibly just play for the gap fill here. However, kung kunwari mula dito, umangat tayo, mauntog na naman tayo sa trend line, then we start moving lower, then we want to see how price reacts kung bumalik siya sa support na to around 1.46. Kung mabasag ng tuluyan yung 1.46, okay, baka bumalik siya sa white zone na to, and if it does, we'll be looking for bullish price action there to hopefully form a trade idea na pwede nating sandalan dito sa SPNEC. Kasi for now talaga medyo wala pa eh. In limbo siya eh. Kailangan pa nating hintayin kung ano yung magde-develop before we commit anything. Now, I realize some of you might say, lagi mo namang sinasabi yan eh. But the truth is, for a lot of the charts right now, yun yung kumbaga, yun yung SOP eh. Diba? Unfortunately, I don't like saying it. I like when I look at the charts, masasabi ko, dapat iti-trade natin to kasi pataas. Like we did with Medic, like we did with FCG, diba? It more or less played according to yung script na pinag-usapan natin in these very same daily charting sessions. Alright? But, may mga charts talaga, or most of the charts talaga, like tong SPNEC, na medyo in limbo pa tayo. So, konting patience lang. Let's wait for something to set up. And if and when they do, or if and when it does, we'll be ready for it. Next, let's talk about Jollibee, no? Now, etong Jollibee, as we mentioned, yung una ko pa rin talagang inaabangan is if we can get a lower dip papunta dito sa white zone sa baba, then I want to look for bullish price structure to develop before deciding to jump in. Okay? Itong Jollibee yung prime example of how much patience I exercise in trading. Kung hindi ko nakikita yung gusto ko, hindi ko talaga siyang ipipilit i-trade. I'm not gonna buy a random support or a random resistance level just cause naiinip ako. Gusto ko hinihintay ko siya sa lugar kung saan ko na-feel na meron akong advantage. In this case, it's that white zone down here. However, that being said, the possibility exists na baka mag-form tayo ng inverse head and shoulders pattern dito sa Jollibee. Okay? If we do, then we want to see a break off that neckline. Okay? Tas mag-hold, then perhaps we can use that to lean on for our trade idea on a move to the upside. The target would likely be either tong 234 or if you want to be more broad about it, etong mga white zones na nakaiwan sa taas. Okay, that's what I would be looking for kung mabuo man yung inverse head and shoulders dito. Anything above that, baka hindi ko muna ipilit. Bakit? Kasi after all, high, low, lower high, lower low. Possible na yung lower high umangat all the way here, mag-form ng lower high, saka tayo mag-lower low eh. Hindi naman natin alam yon. We don't know kung ano yung magiging kumbaga final form ng chart until it happens eh. So dahil hindi pa ganun kaganda yung market, even if mabuo tong pattern na hinahanap ko, I would likely prefer to set conservative targets rather than trying to chase the moon, if you know what I mean. Okay? Now, kung kunwari naman, bumaba tayo dito sa 203, hindi mag-hold, mabasag, okay, tas balikan natin tong 190, then obviously, yung inverse head and shoulders na ina-anticipate natin, pwede na natin ikalimot, no? Kalimutan na natin. Hintayin na lang natin ulit kung bababa tayo dito sa white zone before we start looking for bullish structure to get us into a trade dito sa Jollibee. Next, tingnan naman natin tong Wilcon, no? Tong Wilcon, it came down, it tagged itong area of demand natin, medyo sakto-sakto, di ba? Then we saw some type of reaction and a move to the upside. Not a great move, but a move nonetheless, no? Now, what I personally prefer to see pa rin is for price to come back. Okay, just magbuo tayo ng parang inverse head and shoulders or something to that extent para lang makakita tayo ng bullish pattern na pwede nating sandalan as a trade moving forward. Now, again, alam ko sawa na kayo. Patience, patience, patience. Pero impatience kills your portfolio in trading. Yes, paminsan-minsan makakachamba tayo, nakakachupit tayo here and there, but by and large, patience pa rin and waiting for the right thing to set up is what's gonna lead us to profitability, no? So again, in this case, I want to see something develop, some type of bullish structure na pwedeng sandalan before I jump in. Another thing that we could watch out for is sabihin natin price moves up, pulls back, starts holding above tong 24.75 to 25 pesos na area, then that might open up this range here between 24.75 hanggang 27.7. Not a bad range, diba? It's very, very tradable. However, we do need to understand na area of chop na yan. So, any trades that we take within that range likely will not be easy trades. Okay, I say likely kasi syempre wala namang kasiguraduhan yan eh. Maaaring mag-breakout siya, pull back, holds, dumiretso. Hindi naman po natin alam nung gagawin ng merkado eh. All we can do is anticipate scenarios para kung may mangyari, hindi tayo nabibigla. If we break above 27.7, our next level of resistance will be 30.2 followed by 33.7. However, if we push to the downside tas hindi mag-hold tong white zone na to, then the next level na pwedeng bisitahin ng price will be around 19 pesos na. Okay? If mabasag pa yung 19 pesos, we'll rediscuss Wilcon then. Wag natin sobrang pangunahan. And then finally, pag-usapan po natin yung Converge. Now, for me, Converge is mostly unchanged. After natin ma-drop dito, di ba? Yung na-experience tayo ng sheer na drop, nagkaroon tayo ng bounce, tas we've essentially been consolidating in this area like we discussed when we last talked about Converge. Wala pang nagbabago doon. Let me zoom in a little bit. No, we're still stuck in more or less the same general area. However, we need to consider na when price try to move up, nauntog siya dito kung saan tayo nakahanap ng previous support. Parang trinay ng price na isegment tong range natin and it kinda worked. So when we pulled back, dyan din tayo nauntog and then we started rolling lower. Now, kung mabasag itong 19.7, then yung next likely na pwedeng puntahan ng price will be 18.24 and if that breaks, 16.58, dito galing yan, itong mga low na to. No? However, kung kunwari pabaliktad naman, we break above tong 22.4, as I said, it could make this range tradable between 22.4 hanggang 25.4, pero kailangan lang natin mag-ingat ng konti kasi as I said, previous area of chop. Okay, however, it does look clean, so the possibility exists na medyo maganda yung odds na magiging range tradable siya kung mabasag natin tong 22.4 and we can stay above it. However, while price remains within this chop, personally, I would prefer to stay out and just wait hanggang magdesisyon yung market kung ano ba talaga ang gusto niyang gawin. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!